Good day. It's been a big day and I'm making the Spanokopita part for my brother's birthday. Now this dish again is not a dish that you want to eat every day, and definitely if you have cholesterol troubles or some other problem, you don't want to use this dish. It has a lot of oil. I am not a proponent of oil-free diets. I am what you would call a uh, health reformer, plant-based, vegan, but I believe in biblical methods. The reason I've been a vegan now for 20 years, before it was trending. And I did it in order to be healthy, number one. I guess be healthy, number two. Number one, actually, so that my mind could be free, so that I can understand who God is. Anyway, so we're going to get it as Spanokopita. And since oil is in the Bible as well as honey, and it says actually use a little honey and it shall be good for thee, and there's several benefits, and I'll tell you some of it as we go on. But anyway, this Spanokopita dish, my phyllo sheets, I laid them so that you can see some of the flap is on my countertop, so that I laid it so that they have extra flap all around, because we're going to need to fold it in. So I have some callaloo here called calabar spinach. So let me show you what callaloo looks like, and we grow our own here at the Jungle Farm. So this is callaloo. If you don't have callaloo, just use spinach. If you don't want to use spinach, use kale. Cooking is it's a science, but it's a science that requires experiment. It can move to your flavors and your tastes. So this is what callaloo looks like. You pick off the callaloo or the calabar spinach, and you just roughly chop them. This is a very forgiving recipe. You just roughly chop them. And then you want to add several things to this. So on this here, I have about a half cup of onion, about a half cup of yellow bell pepper, some fresh basil. This is from our yard again. 1 teaspoon of namak. If you don't have namak, just use regular salt. But namak is a salt that's high in sulfur, and so it gives an eggy flavor. Garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of oregano, and 2 teaspoons of basil. And all I'm going to do is throw everything in here. Like I said, this is a very forgiving recipe, and I'm going to use my hands. I'm accustomed to using my hands. So I'm going to throw everybody in here. Then I have half a cup of lime juice, lemon juice, doesn't matter. So I have a half cup of that. Throw that in there. Then I want to use some tofu. And I'm using this one because this is the only one I had available in my country. Extra firm. Whenever you're going to use soy, I do suggest that you use non-GMO soy. Genetically modified foods are really, really harmful. Very, very harmful. So you just get it out of the pack there. This is about 12 ounces, and you just roughly thing it. I'm going to do it some more when I get my hands in there. And you want about 16 ounces, so this is about 12 ounces. So all I'm going to do is add a little bit more. And again, no exact science required. Just throw some in. Then I have in here 3 tablespoons of flax gel. So flax gel is simply boil some flaxseed in a little bit of water and then strain the gel. So I threw that in there, some flax gel. Then I want 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And again, this soy is non-GMO. So 1 tablespoon of that. Woo! And that goes in there. And then I'm adding 2 tablespoons of yeast flakes. I'm not sure if I have 2 tablespoons of yeast flakes. If you don't want to use yeast flakes, you don't have to. If you have yeast, if you have candida, if you have thrush, if you have athlete's foot, you don't want to be using yeast flakes. So 1, and then yeah, that's all I have. 2, let me get out what's in there. Using my callaloo. And then I want just about 1 cup of cheese. Now this is my own cheese that I made with coconut curd. But you can use whatever kind of cheese is available to you. And I'm going to show you as time goes by how to make different cheeses. I am not a judgmental person in that I understand if you can't afford to buy cashew nuts or almond nuts. Not every plant-based health reformer or vegan has the same kind of budget. And so You can make cheese with beans. You can make cheese with potatoes. You can make cheese with coconut. You can make cheese with several things. All right, so hold one moment. Let me just wash my hands here before I get them dirty all again. And I know you can't see me, but you can hear me. And I'm coming to you in one moment here. I just put on my microphone because I forgot to put it on at the start. So if you weren't hearing me clearly, forgive me. I'm not very good with tech. And like I said, we live even off the grid, so I'm really horrible with tech. Anyway, so you get your hands into this here. And you just massage everything together. All the cheese. And if you don't have cheese, you can use yogurt. Vegan yogurt is not available in my country. You have to make your own. Or if you have a white mozzarella that you want to use, like I said, this recipe is very forgiving. So like I said, you just do massage everybody together. And then you take off what you can off your hands. And if you don't like doing this with your hands, then you can always do it with a spoon. But like I said, we in Guyana are accustomed to using our hands. So then all I'm going to do is dump this into my prepared dish. So I'm dumping this into my prepared dish. And like I said, the first part of this video was on silent. Forgive me. I'm just not good with all of this. Right, and just spread it around so that it's pretty equal proportions there. This is all going to get cooked, so it's not a problem. So let me just get this out of the way again here. Let me just get this out of the way and wash my hands. Not very good at videoing. My microphone coming off, going on back. All right. So what I want to do now is just take these bits that are overhanging and fold them over it like this. So I'm folding it over. Folding it over. It doesn't matter if you're using phyllo sheets and it's breaking, doesn't matter. If this is stretching like that, it doesn't matter. Like I said, this is a very, very forgiving recipe. Right? You pick it up and over. And now you get your phyllo sheets. So my phyllo sheets are all over the place. So let me grab them from where I put them. Because I just spread them out. No, you don't have to spread them out like this. You can use... you can actually use a mixture of cornstarch, like 1 cup of cornstarch to 1 cup of ordinary flour. And then you can dust these and you can layer them on top of each other. And you can freeze them or you can keep them. But seeing that I didn't need to do all of that, I just did it. See how this stretching like this? Doesn't matter. Just put it there. Doesn't matter with this recipe. Now, you're going to get the pieces that you have. See how it's like really stretchy? It doesn't matter because what you're going to do with this actually is like this with it. And you're going to put it up there and you're going to take a little oil and dab it. Dab it. That's so Guyanese for you. So you're going to take it again and you're going to do like a thing like that and put it on top. And you would be doing the same thing with your nicely shaped phyllo sheets if you had them, but this is going to work and it's going to come out just as good. So homemade, and like I said, this is a very oily recipe. You do have to oil the phyllo sheets, and I layered them all over the place because I wasn't doing the cornstarch flour thing. So, and you put them You arrange them any which way. I'm wondering if I made enough. And I'm hoping I did. But I don't know. If I didn't make enough, then I have to pause and make some more. And it looks like I may have to pause to make some more. Because it doesn't look like if I have enough phyllo sheets. When you're making it from scratch, things can go wrong. But that's what you want to do. Just mushy it up. And then you do want to take your oil and you want to oil it. You cannot skip this part of it. So if you're oil free, this is just not what you don't want to use this recipe, because the oil is actually going to help this to crisp up and do what it's supposed to do. So I have to do some more because the whole top needs to look like this. So hold a moment. I'll do it and be back. Good day again. I'm a little tired from making all these phyllo sheets from scratch, but it's supposed to look like this kind of craziness. Hope you can see this kind of craziness on top. We're finally finished filling all these things. It's taken me a long time to do this, so if you can buy phyllo sheets, they're most times plant-based, so it's so much easier. But if you have to make it from scratch, just know you're going to have a long day ahead. Before you put this into the oven, always make sure that you cut it, because all these layers are going to be so crispy that if you try to cut them after, you're going to have a problem. So just go down straight through, cutting through all the callaloo and everybody else in here. Cut them through. Cut them through. It looks really interesting on top, right? Yeah, then just cut it through again. And that's it. And you're going to pop it in the oven. I cook it for about 350 for somewhere between 35 to 45 minutes. When the top gets a nice light golden brown, you know that it's finished. Yeah, so enjoy. Spanokopita. So again, this is the finished product of the Spanokopita. And as you can see, it's nicely brown on the tops here. And this means it's pretty going to be good. All you're going to have to do is take out a slice. I'm not going to take out a slice now because this is the meal for lunch and I don't want to touch it until it's time. But anyway, this is how it looks. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and enjoy your Spanokopita when you try it.